What's going on, YouTube world? Today we're talking about the A7S III on the channel, which we've yet to do. And my buddy Cardsy's picking me up, and we are going to Gabriola Island for a premiere of my buddy's documentary. Let's get it.
But I actually don't know how to get there from here.
Oh no, he's lost.
We are going to be, I'm still 20 minutes away because I went the wrong way.
Say hi to Maddie for me.
Hey, what's going on?
Oh, Maddie.
I'm just here.
Oh, good.
Yeah, we're gonna go watch the premiere.
I'm with my dog. He's not behaving though. He just keeps taking dookies in the house.
That's what puppies do.
Dude, the guy he auto dumps. Every time he eats, he just auto dumps.
We're here at the ferry heading over to the premiere, and this is Cardsy. You've seen him on the channel before. He got the A7S III how long ago?
3 years, I think.
In the making?
Yeah, about 3 years.
Yeah, and people beak it all the time because like low megapixel count, and that's pretty much it. Like everyone knows it's good
12
for
megapixels.
video. Yeah, 12 megapixels.
Doesn't seem like much, right?
No, but we're gonna actually try right now. There's some sailboats in the distance here, and we're gonna try and capture that on a zoom lens, and then show you guys like pixel peep the 12 megapixels. So let's get it.
Now we're rigged out. Do we have time for this before the ferry leaves? I think we snap some pics and get a little footage to show the people.
The A7 IV doesn't do 4K 120, so yeah, let's actually show the people what that looks like too.
The one thing about this lens is I don't have deep enough pockets to buy a ND filter for it. It would just be astronomical. $60.
4K 60, and that has no crop, whereas what I'm shooting on right now, the A7 IV, it has like a 1.5 times crop, which is like the biggest knock on it.
That's 4K 60. Because it's so bright and I have no ND, I'm going down to 160 ISO and just cranking up the f-stop.
That's where like this camera's a little bit different. The native ISO is 800, and then the dual native ISO is at 3200, so not as good in low light, because the A7S III dual native ISO goes up to 12,800, which is actually insane.
And that's our ferry right there. I was gonna say, let's go back to the studio and edit all this, show the people.
We can edit it in the 4Runner.
Yeah, the mobile studio. Is that on?
Yeah, let's get it, buddy.
Let's go.
Let's go watch the premiere.
So what's this premiere about?
So helped a buddy with a documentary. He got a $20,000 grant to produce this idea, kind of a personal project he had. And it's about horses that help people through their grieving process.
Oh, wait, slide down.
Which is kind of cool. So yeah, it was a really impactful kind of like, it's gonna be emotional, and I think everyone can relate to it in some way, whether they're dealing with loss and all that kind of stuff. But I didn't know how much horses could actually help with the trauma, so.
My kit consists of an A7S III and an A7R4. And I recently sold the A7R4 because the files were way too big. I was storing, you know, you go on a shoot and you take 1,000, 2,000 photos, and all of a sudden you'd have to store those. And it was just costing me tons of money in hard drive space, time going through them all because they load slower. So I was like, you know what, I don't shoot a lot of client photography.
Yeah.
And when I do, I've gotten by with an A7S III and 12 megapixels.
And megapixels isn't everything. I'll bring that up too, because yes, everyone fixates on the 12 megapixel. It's not good enough on the A7S III, but it still can shoot raw. It can still shoot bracketed. Does it shoot bracketed in 3 or 5?
5.
So it can even bracket like 5 exposures, and then you merge those together. Those are pro features that people like don't think about. They only fixate on the megapixel count, which is, it's not what you should be doing. It's like, it should be your use case for the camera, number one, and then can it do that? And then megapixels to me is like kind of secondary. Another question I have for you is, you shoot in hot climates a lot. Like you're going to Costa Rica, you've been to Mexico, you went to the Bahamas recently, all for shoots, and you brought your A7S III. Have you ever had any issues with overheating?
Never.
Right?
I've ran it at like 120, 4K all day, and it's never overheated. Hey, why don't we go take some at 24 to 70? Because like, I don't think most people with this camera that are gonna be buying this camera, buying a 24 to 70. Windy up here.
It is.
I'm gonna lose the lid. All right, we're gonna do some more photos on the 24 to 70 because Because that bazooka was a little bit unrealistic, I think. 320 and f-stop 4.5. Want a Matty boy?
Is that the 4Runner? What's your dog's name? Ripley. Ripley's so cute. This is my buddy John. Him and his wife are the masterminds in creating this documentary.
Overall story arc is kind of the same way, and you can see the color codes that are represented there. Each kind of big scene or group of scenes in the film.
How many hours did you say? You just told us, but how many
I think
hours?
like 2,000 hours.
Insane.
But it was like August to the end of January, nonstop.
And there ain't no better life for me. Hey Cardsy, I got some questions for you, bud, about that rig. So what have you used this camera for over the past 3 years that you owned it?
This camera has been used for wedding videography,
Weddings.
commercial videography,
Boom.
real estate,
Sheesh.
BTS,
Yup.
travel stuff,
The work.
cinematography, travel like cinematic travel vids. You know?
Photo and video?
Mostly video because I had the A7R4 for a lot of the photos over the years.
Yeah.
But most recently, photo and video hybrid.
Dude.
Going to Costa Rica in a week, and I'm going to be filming and taking photos with it.
Yeah. So you made a lot of money with this camera. Easily paid for itself.
Paid it off.
Okay, awesome. Next, what is it lacking? What do you wish that the A7S3 had that it doesn't currently?
I wish it, like, I don't need the full body of an FX30 or FX3, how they have like the real like cinematic kind of body with all the mounting points, because you can just put a cage on this camera and get the same like ruggedness and like mounting points, so that's fine. But I do wish it had a tally light, but I don't want like the FX3 because I like to take photos with this, right? So
What if the A7S4 had a built-in ND? How good would that be?
the S4.
Yeah, like the next iteration of that camera, which is supposed to be coming out this
So
year.
what if the A7S3 had a built-in ND?
Yeah, it'd be pretty sick.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not hard to screw one on though.
No, like
we I don't know, we give it a hard time a little bit. Built-ins would be cool, but to just thread one on,
yeah.
pretty chill. Oh yeah, what about internal RAW recording? The Nikon Z8 just came out, has 12-bit internal RAW.
Yeah. You still have to get an external monitor, right? To record it raw.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for what like I do,
Yeah.
I don't need to record raw internally. So
Okay.
cool, and it would be sweet.
Yeah. If the A7S4 came out, like, would you have a necessity to go buy it?
Only if my A7S3 broke.
All right, so that pretty much wraps it up. This is Cardsy's probably like third time on the channel. Just want to say thank you for schooling us on the A7S3 and letting us know that it's like definitely still a beast in 2024. Thanks for stopping by.